Hello there, I'm Cassandra Crawford. Welcome to this episode of Energy Talks. As you can see, I'm on location here in Oistins, and if you're wondering why, it's because we are happy to tell you all about how we're modernizing our grid and also making it more resilient for you. In fact, you see that device, that is part of a team of DA switches. They're part of a circuit between Newton and Oistins. So today, you get to hear a lot more about how this is improving our service to you.
This is a very unique milestone, especially not only for Barbados Light and Power, but for the utilities in the Caribbean. Having more than half, 50% of our grid modernized to a point where we can respond to faults in, I would say, less than, in some instances, 2 minutes is indeed remarkable. Additionally, it assists with what is known as transient faults, where we have vegetation that would periodically come into contact with the lines and cause what we call transient outages. These switches detect those faults and are able to restore power to customers in a very short space of time.
Most of the time people think when we make investments into modernization, we go into the town areas, we go on the west coast. We started in the rural feeders. The reason why is because the feeders are really long and have lots of customers on them. So when we started the journey, we started with the worst performing feeders, which, as David said, had a lot of transient faults. We would have had our first customers on automation by 2019, and now we have 50%, which is about over 70,000 customers. This covers we touch about every parish in Barbados. The thing about the automation really, it is what we call a self-healing grid. So what happens is that if there's a fault, as David mentioned, if there's a fault on a feeder, traditionally a feeder with, let's say our biggest feeder, Sam Lawrence feeder, had 6,000 customers. So if we had a fault on that feeder, traditionally what will happen is that the entire feeder will go out, 6,000 customers off. You imagine 6,000 customers off, you know how the phone will start ringing. If it's not, yes, we enjoy the phone calls where somebody's able to itemize and say exactly what the fault is. And when you go from there, then is the time it takes for the crew to actually go on site, identify what the fault is, where the fault is, and then start restoration. With these switches now, we have them about every 1,000 customers apart. So if there is indeed a fault, what will happen is that the switches themselves heal. And what happens is that they go about restoring, and the area that's really affected becomes isolated and the other 5,000 customers remain on. So that's really significant for us in that in 2025, when we would have had about 40% of our customers on automation, we would have seen improvements of about 48% in self-healing through distributed related faults. Now this year is a milestone. We would have come to 61 switches installed, an investment of $5 million, and we will have 70,000 customers on automation, representing 50% of our customer base, which is a big thing. And one of the key features of this year also is that we would have taken care of, let's say, our third largest feeder in the Grisettes area. So that is a significant milestone, not only reaching 50%, but actually meeting one of the bigger feeders.
So what you're seeing behind me is switch 764 Kingsland. This is the tie position between two circuits, that being Newton out of Wharton as well as Oistins out of Wharton. From a system perspective, we utilize this switch, to tie two circuits together in the event of switching reconfiguration and or should we have a fault on the system. With the implementation of our distribution automation, we're actually able to control these devices from a centralized location. So it's not only time saving, but it also cuts down on the amount of manpower required to just do simple switching operations. Manpower is still required, however, to basically repair any faults that we may encounter during this period. So we're better able to utilize our manpower with the implementation and the assistance of these switches.
I hope you found this very informative and you understand the next time you see a DA switch on one of our poles, you know it's working for you. See you next time on Energy Talks.
Good energy, good electricity from the Barbados Light and Power Company. Good people, good energy.